Good evening and welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condray.
I am the Bench Monster.
Welcome to the show this evening.
Thank you for joining
us.
My voice is a little messed up because I had an NG tube through my nose, down my throat, into my stomach that was sucking out stomach acid for bile for like 3 days and no food. But let's get you caught up to speed here and let you know what's going on. Let's go back to last week's show. As I was sitting here, my stomach started cramping per se, and I thought, hey, we usually eat after the show. It's no big deal. Ashley, you want to continue the story? Because it's hard to talk with my throat kind of messed up a little bit.
Sure. So as soon as the show ended, his stomach, he was complaining a little bit about his stomach, but honestly, he complains about his stomach quite often, so it wasn't too much of a red flag right away. So we sort of went on with our night. I think we went to the store, got some food that we never ended up eating.
Yep.
As the night went on, like you weren't hungry, which is problem number one.
Then
the pain got worse.
About 9:30.
I'm not sure when the first time you threw up was,
9:30.
but moving the story along a little more, the pain got a little worse, and then the violent, constant vomiting began. And in the 16 or 17 years we've been together, I've maybe seen him throw up once, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't even honestly specifically remember the time, but I feel like I've seen it like once, but he never throws up is my point. And he was throwing up constantly. I would say 7-8 times probably in an hour or two's period.
About the sixth time I vomited, she recommended we go to the emergency room. This is
about the second or third.
What time was that?
Maybe even I think the first I gently recommended it, we should consider it because you don't usually throw up, and it was very violent.
So I tried to go to bed, and the pain was so excruciating in my stomach.
And I was already asleep. You guys saw on the show. Anybody that watched last week, I was exhausted, having a hard time staying awake, just very tired.
So
and
I tried to lay down.
Already ready for bed, but once he started getting sick, I was like, okay, I need to stay awake now. And then once he tried to go to bed, I was like, well, I definitely need to stay awake now, because if I go into that bed with him and I go to sleep, nothing's going to wake me up, and he's not going to wake me up to suggest going to the hospital. And so he went to bed, and I stayed out on the couch, assuming that if I did fall asleep, at least if I was out there right by where the bathroom's at, he was vomiting so loud and violently, I knew that would wake me up, which I think it did. I was kind of dozing, and sure enough, I heard
power
a couple times, and I kept every time he threw up, I was trying to get him to go, but I wasted time. From now, I shouldn't have been I should have fucking said, get in the goddamn car, we're going. After a while, that's what I finally did. After the last time that
that was about 2 a.m.
I was like, get your clothes on and get in the fucking car, we're going. This is not up for discussion anymore. So we went to the hospital. We probably got there at about 3. They got him right in. I dropped him off because he couldn't make it was like deja vu. That's how it was last year when we had the big debacle.
Hard to walk, and the pain was so bad.
So I dropped him off as close as you can to the ER, and then I went and parked. By the time I had parked, they already had him in one of the little rooms getting his initial information, and then they didn't even have him go to the waiting room. They had him just go straight back to a room, and then they started doing different scans and different things, and it didn't take them long to figure out he had a bowel obstruction,
small intestine,
caused by
scar tissue.
Last year, the surgery that he had where they cut open his stomach caused crazy amounts of scar tissue, which can happen, but apparently his body creates more scar tissue than the average by far. The doctors were very surprised when they went in at how much was there.
No, I'm superhuman.
And so then they had to, so they knew, we both misunderstood. We thought that the tube they were putting in his nose was to hopefully like get rid of the obstruct. We didn't understand. Like we were both so tired, it was so late, and you're like worried and anxiety ridden, and so we both took it the same way. We thought they were putting that in there to try to get rid of the blockage, and that if they got rid of that, we could avoid surgery.
Yeah.
Apparently, surgery was pretty inevitable from the start. What the tube going through his nose and going down towards his stomach was to get rid of like the gunk and bile, because his stomach was distended again. This time it wasn't with blood, but it was with like bile, and honestly I don't know what all
the scar tissue made
sorts
all
of
my
stuff.
organs kind of push forward.
Well, right, but it wasn't sucking out like your organ. It was
No.
sucking out like juice, so that when they went in for surgery, they didn't have to like aggressively
Yeah.
plow through that. They had kind of like his stomach would go down and they'd have more room to work
So
with.
it took them 3 times to get that NG tube into my nose, down my throat, into my
No,
stomach.
they got it in there. The problem was it wasn't. The first
It went
time
into
it
my
went to his
lungs.
lung, so they had to take it out and redo it.
Horrible.
The second time it was in, and then he went to pee, and somehow, which I don't understand how it just came out like that. We didn't do anything like hard, and if it's down that far, we probably should have waited to tell this story till more people were on.
Well,
But
we'll figure it
anywho, we can.
So
refer
fast
people to
forward
watch
here a
it.
little bit.
Anyways,
So they
well,
keep
no,
this
don't
NG
fast
tube
forward.
in.
All right, go ahead.
They keep this tube in my nose, sucking out bile. They won't let me eat. No food, no water. We got on there Thursday. I didn't get any food until Sunday afternoon. That's when they took out the tube and did the surgery. They made 3 little holes the size of 9mm bullets. Blew up my stomach with air, got the blockage, and then also put in a drainage tube. It's called the Jackson Pratt. I'll show you what it looks like. It's actually coming out of my stomach, and it collects the blood and whatnot here. And it's pretty much done with its service. It's collected in the last 4 days a lot of pink fluid, and that was directly into that hematoma, so that thing shrunk down quite a bit. So I got this tube coming out of my lower abdomen. It's a little sore. It got infected. We had to go back to the emergency room last night because it was filling up with looked like pee, yellow fluid.
Well, you're skipping parts of it.
I'm just fast forwarding, getting this over with. So another trip to the emergency room last night. Basically, they cleaned the port area, and it seems to be fine. Tomorrow I have an appointment to get this thing hopefully out of my body. The fact that it's not collecting any pink fluid anymore, I'm assuming they'll pull it and stitch it. And we'll keep moving forward. Bad part is they said this can happen again. Could be 3 months, could be 10 years. So this is something to look forward to, and not too happy about that. But hey, that's the way the old ball bounces, and you know it's how it goes for some people. That's how it went for me. But just wanted to give everybody the lowdown. I wasn't able to make it to Speed Bench on Friday because I was in a hospital bed. But that's all right, because we don't miss workouts unless we're dead in jail or in the hospital or have COVID.
we were up all night on
All
Thursday
night.
night. Thursday night to Friday morning, because they didn't get him into we hadn't ever went to bed. He tried, but neither of us had actually went to bed or gone to sleep. And they got us admitted by like 7. I think by the time we actually got in our room and got settled, it
7 in the morning?
7:30 maybe.
Well, anyway,
Somewhere there.
I'm alive. I'm well, and that's
This was a shorter stay, at least. So he
Yeah.
had, I don't know if we explained it very clearly, but he did have surgery on Saturday.
Yep.
And so they went in, and the doctors, when he called me, said it was a lot harder than they thought it was going to be. They were very shocked at how much
scar tissue
had formed. And he had bands of it formed, like there was a band wrapping around, and that's what was causing the obstruction, and there were bands of it, like parts like of his insides are there's scar tissue adhered to them. Like actually when we went back last night, it was the same crew of people that was there last Thursday, and the doctor one of the doctors, he would never have told us this last week when he was going through it. But last night he said, yeah, when I saw the scan last week, it looked like you had an alien inside your stomach. It looked that bad.
Alien.
So.
I always knew it as a monster, an alien. So.
Yeah, me too.
And I do have green blood in my body because I sucked it out. It was green. Stomach vial. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our story, and kind of bounced around it a little bit, but the point is I'm back.
You missed a video.
What do you mean?
Connie's Worlds.
Hey, it's been a rough week, people. Sorry. I struggled to get videos for the show. And since this thing got infected 2 nights ago, it's been hard to sleep. It's been waking me up in the morning, and I did the best I could. And there's always next week. So bear with me, man.
I know. Sorry, Connie. We'll have it on next week.
Yep. Well, let's start out with some videos. Let's get the show how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. That's the
lowdown
on what's going on.
Oh, I don't have a ton of videos, but we're just gonna play them, and at least we have a show as opposed to no show. And I was talking about not doing it, but this is what kind of keeps my wheels turning and wind in my sails. So I don't care if there's 2 people here watching or 20 or 40. I don't care. I enjoy doing this, and it's part of my life. But first video that I found. You know, some of these people are just they're idols to me, and what they do is just completely awesome. And John Hack's one of them. And basically, he's competing and totaling 2,233 pounds with an 805 squat, at 198, benching 578, and deadlifting 848. He is a machine, no question. And we're going to play his video. I got to put an image up so we can see him. But just always impressive. Very fun to watch. Just a machine, man, and a young guy, and bright future, and trains smart. And I don't think he sets himself up for injury. He listens to his body, uses proper technique, and he's a role model for powerlifting, man. We tried to say hi to him at the Arnold, but he disappeared in 1 second.
Well, no, we got caught.
Thomas Davis.
Yeah, TD Davis caught as we were starting to try to head over and catch his attention. Yeah,
he's a deadlift machine too. Look at him pull.
You gotta stop and say hi to TD Davis. Yeah, he is.
John Hack, you're amazing, dude. Jesus,
he's very impressive.
I think he should move up in body weight or move down. He can do either one.
Do whatever he wants to do.
This guy here is just a beast, man. He's a bench presser, and I don't know if he's ever competed or not, but Joshua Baker. He looks like he's about 360, 370, a big man. He's blasting 300 kilograms times 2 reps after missing it for 1 rep. So let's check out Mr. Baker. I've had his videos on the show before. He's a big cat. And misses this one here. But you know what? That's not going to stop him. He's going to regather, come back in 2 minutes, and do a speed bench with it. He might be 380. I don't know. Makes this look real light. Look at that.
Nice.
All you mathematicians out there, do you know what 300 kilos is? 660?
Shit pot of weight.
Well, I got to find out because I'm not good at kilos. I'm going to find my little calculator. I know some people can just do it. I can't do it. So I don't know what that is. Yep, 660. That's what I thought it was. Okay, good job, Mr. Baker. This video I pulled because it just makes me... I train like this, and I know when I put up a chunk of weight really fast, it enlightens me and it inspires me, and it kind of shocks me too. This is Eric Lillibridge speed squatting with 700, and he just does it so freaking fast, and it's just very impressive. If you blink, you might miss it. But here's Mr. Eric Lillibridge with 700. I mean, this guy. I mean, he probably doesn't feel that on his back. Whoa, Emma flew off his shoulders.
Jesus.
All right?
That's crazy.
See that shit?
Like an empty bar.
Dude, it like bounced.
That's nuts.
God, that's going to be a good day squatting.
Oh, yeah.
I always have what's called a gauging weight when I bench. Whether it's 315, 405, 500, 585. And if I put that up for a single, like an empty bar, that tells me that all my lifts are going to be light. So Now this bar here is called the Saxon bar. It's used in strongman competitions. I've seen one at a friend's house of mine. His name's Mike Cromer. And basically it's a 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch square bar. And I tried to pick it up with some weight on there, and I don't have the fingertip grip strength to do this. But this cat here, I didn't get his name, but he does 308 pounds. And I went to his Instagram page, and basically it's by the Emperor Iron Bibby, 6-time world log lift champion. That's what I got off his Instagram page. Let's check out that Saxon bar, because I don't know, I'm just impressed by this thing. I tried to pick it up once, and that's 308 pounds.
Wow.
You got to have some grip strength there, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen that at Mike Cromer's house, right? 'Cause I know he has it. That's where I tried to pick it up.
I think so.
Had a hard
I
time.
assume that's where I've seen it.
Now, this was probably when Larry Wheels was at his prime and, peaking for something, but we saw Joshua, Joshua Baker do this, but this is 660 raw bench press. And Larry Wheels makes it look like a toy. Let's check out this guy. Long pause, too.
That was
God,
5 seconds.
Not
Jeez.
Larry. That's a USPA lift right there.
Damn it.
Good job, dude. He's not even struggling or
No.
straining.
No.
660.
Very impressive.
Fuck. You see stuff like that. I have to post stuff like that. I'm sorry, man. Okay, this is supposedly a 19-year-old kid here. And as he's hitting a 574 raw bench at 19. When I was 19, back in the day, that's a year out of high school, I think my best bench was 375. This is 574 here. This guy's 19. Let's check him out. He's got some hardcore elbow things on, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
The fact that he's 19 and does 574.
That's crazy.
Yeah, those sleeves, they help a little bit, but
Yeah, but
I'm not taking nothing away from the kid.
no, you really can't.
That's impressive.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Not like using a shirt. Like
No, I've never seen those elbow wrapped sleeves either. I don't know what he's wearing.
yeah. I
Tony
know.
Carlino, I had to stop and grab this video off the net. Let me a drink of water, please. Because this is a big amount of weight for one, and two, I think it's in an Inzer Phenom, which shocks me to death.
Oh wow.
So this is Tony
Damn.
Carlino hitting 1157 off a 2-board in what looks to be an Inzer Phenom. And I may be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I got to put up an image. Let's check out Carlino here. It's got Inzer logos on all the right places, but this is 1157, ladies and gentlemen, with a Magnum bar too.
Wow.
Love Tony's feet spacing there. Boy, that's where you need to be,
Jeez.
based
Wow,
out,
looking good, Tony.
looking strong.
Very impressive.
I think he's gonna do fucking 1400 too in no time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
He's strong as hell. He's looking
strong
good.
as hell, young,
He is looking good.
healthy.
He's at the top of his game.
I do have a little bit. I wasn't there for speed bench, but Jose sent me a little bit of video, so I just included these. They did speed bench with bands, and I'll just go through them real quick here. They started out with 45% of their 1-rep max, and I'm watching this. And one thing I don't like is the fact, you want 45-second rest. If not, we try to do 30 seconds back to back. And I was watching this today, and I don't know, the bands are hooked up wrong for once. They should be on the inside against the knuckle, and you should have a clip right against the band, so the weights can't destroy your bands. But see, now you got to take the band off, and this is time consuming. The whole point of speed bench is to do it quickly and to fatigue certain muscle fibers and activate ones that are actually dormant. But this is time consuming here, and it's one thing I didn't like about it, but you know what? It can be fixed. And then I have another gripe when I get to the next video. So we're going to see Jose lay down. It's just a hard way to do it, those bands, to unhook them manually and rehook them. And,
Yeah.
but they showed up and trained. Can't take nothing away from them.
Nope.
Jose looking strong and fast. That was a good weight right there. He's got a Jose's got a 465 raw bench, so he's basing his numbers off of that. Now, before I play this last one, it just struck me today, like out of the blue, like it hit me in the head and landed in my lap and started wiggling. But the fact that, and I don't know why I noticed it today, but people are not showing up for speed bench, and I'm not mentioning any names, but if you're going to miss a workout, you need to make it up. And I've never emphasized that point before, but it's very important. You can't just miss workouts. And there's a flip side to that coin. What if you miss a max effort workout? And you need to come in the next day. If it's speed bench, you come in Saturday. Max effort, you come in Wednesday. And I know max effort, you don't have a crew and you miss that workout. Well, you need to come in and do something you can do 5 reps of, like heavy dumbbells, 5 sets of 5, and then some tricep work. You missed speed bench. You need to come in Saturday, and it's going to take you an hour of your day. Sorry, you missed a workout, and you need to do speed bench. Ashley, what do you think?
Yeah.
You can't miss workouts. It's a 2-part system. Yeah. Let's check out the next speed bench. This looks like their last set here, so let me click on this. I found my velocity meter, and I need to bring it in to prove to these guys that it has to move at a certain speed. 0.8, 0.9 meters per second. This one here looked a little slow. You let me know what you think there, lady. Because this should be, I'll count here. Okay, here we go. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. So you didn't finish it in 3 seconds, so not a big deal.
Close.
We just need some fine tuning. So I want these guys to make progress. I don't want them to go forward. And you got to do it correctly. It's real technical, and you can't, just pick any bar weight and, think you're moving it fast and yada, yada, yada. Speed work assistance. I just pulled this one here. This is Jose doing what I call the spider bar. It's that quirky squat bar that comes out like this. And actually, you know what the name of it is? So they're doing extensions with it with a 1/4 and a 10. This is an 88-pound bar.
But I don't know what the actual name of it is.
I don't either. I call it spider bar because it's spider legs. But this is a 88-pound bar without a weight on it. And you're going to do some extensions with it. And I think we do it on max effort day 2, which is fine. So letting it roll back and extend up. They show up and they train. My hat's off to them. Nice. All right, that's the one of the assistance exercises they sent me. And looks like we're going to run into... Ashley, you don't have any videos this week because you're in the hospital with me. Mm-hmm. So, kind of a piss poor week, but you got to sit in here at least.
I could have had like 1 or 2.
1 or 2?
Yeah.
Let's check out max effort. I showed up. This was Tuesday, and when did I get home from the hospital? Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to show up, and I was back to my old ways, having to sit in a chair and video the workout. Let's check out max effort. So basically, I just asked them, hey, what are you guys doing? What do you want to do? And I think they wanted to do 1 board. Raw. That's fine. Let's do it. Here they are getting warmed up. 325. Ashley there working out too. Mm-hmm. Hines looking strong. Jose with 405 right here. I'm giving verbal cues because that's all I can really do. Hines with 405. Smoke show. Yeah. I can hold the board. I'm allowed to hold a gallon of milk, so I can hold the board. Jose with 435, I think. 25, 35. I don't know. I get confused. Jose with 465, something like that. Hines with 465, something like that. Here you go. Here we are at $4.95. One board. Jose. Here you go. Heinz with $4.95. Good. Good stuff. Decided to get the axle bar out, do 5 sets of 5 on the decline. Thus, we have an axle bar, a decline, and that's what you're getting. Heinz doing 405 right here, doing pretty easy. Wish I could do that. Jose here, 405 with the axle bar. Where are you at, Ashley, right now? What are you doing?
This is max effort.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
I might still be on the bench.
Okay.
Because there was several people on my bench, so we were working through.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I said add a 10 because they wanted to do 405. I said, no, you got to add some weight, at least a 5 each side. So they took a 10, and they very well can do it. Easy. That's good. Got the spider bar back out. Taking it to the forehead. You can put chains on this too. You can put bands on it. You can do crazy things with it. One thing you can't do is put a 45 on it down there because it hits the ground. Yeah. So you got to keep it to smaller weights. But the fact being that that bar is 88 pounds, it doesn't take a lot of weight before you find your maker and meet them. Jose, 25, 10, 10. Jose closing in on 500 raw. Very impressive. Heinz and I discussing some lifting stuff. A lot of lifting talk occurs on this night. Not a lot of people at the gym either. Perfect for me. Did some tape presses here. Ideally, you don't want your arms to drop down. You actually want to make a 45 and just bend your arms so your elbows stay completely up. But you know what? There's different ways, many different ways to skin a cat. So that's better. Supposed to put a little bit of pressure around the elbow there. That's no doubt. Actually, that's how you do these ones. Looking good, Jose. And he's got 70s there, it looks like, 75s. And that seems to be all we have for max effort. Like I say, I do not have a speed bench, just a couple of videos. And that's all. That's all the hospital kid has to offer this evening. So, Mr. Hospital, frequent flyer miles. They know me. They don't call me Norm when I walk in. They call me by my first name.
Well,
how you doing? I'm here again. Just joking. All right, let's go chat box and see what.
Remembered you.
Yeah.
Last night.
Shit. Let's go chat box real quick and see what we got going. What we got cracking.
Chat box here. And I get like Connie competed last weekend at Worlds and had a great meet. So we will make sure we have her videos and show off her awesome performance next week. Connie, if you're watching, we'll make sure that we get it on next week. Obviously, he's been a little distracted, not on the A game, so we'll make sure that gets on next week. But congratulations to Connie. She had a great meet, had a great trip. Everything went good. So congratulations to her. We're super proud of her.
Yeah.
She kicked ass. So we will celebrate her performance next week with her videos.
Yeah.
So definitely tune in next week to see her kick some ass on the platform at Worlds.
And I don't know where they are.
I thought maybe I missed.
She emailed them to look at my email here. What's her email address?
Um,
See, I don't have it in my email.
Oh, I guess I'll ask her. Maybe she.
See, when you send them to me via any other way, I forget about them. If they're in Messenger or in Instagram, I don't
thought maybe I
go into messages in there and pull videos out. You got to email them to me.
Yeah, Connie, let me. I thought she sent him. Maybe I'm wrong.
I saw them. I watched them. I think it was it was a text message that she sent them to me.
Oh.
If you look right here in my text messages, you'll see
okay.
right here
So
three
three
videos. Yeah.
Well, then that's how she sent him.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have emailed him.
Did I forgot?
Okay.
It's not commonplace for me to go look and find videos.
Yeah, when they're not in the email, sometimes that. Okay. So
what do you think? I post my
next
email
week,
and say, hey, if you have videos, send them to Benchmonster Gmail.
Yeah, but for some people, it's easier to send through text. I have a little easier time sometimes when I try to send them through email. They gives me that message. Your attachment's too large. Do you want to
Yeah.
It's usually easier for me to do it through.
Okay, so what do you got in the chat box?
Next week we will have those, Connie, if you're watching. James Borgalt. Hello, Ryan and Ashley. Glad to be back for these great podcasts. God bless. Hey, James. Thanks for joining us. As always, we appreciate having you. God bless you, too. Hope everything's going well for you. Paul Loffer. Hey, guys. How's it going? Going better, a little better now, Paul. It's been a rough week, but doing better now. Hope you guys are doing well.
Could be worse.
Thanks for joining us. As always, great to see you in that chat box.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Howard Weingarten, also good to see ya. What's really going on, you two? How's the week going? Well, I think we've answered that question. I think you were here from the beginning, so I think you saw what's really going on.
Yeah,
so
that's what's really going on.
That's what's going on. So thanks for joining us, Howard. Hope everything's going well with you. Eric Izette. Glad you're doing better, Ryan. Nothing can kill the bench monster.
I like that.
Well, be
Thank
careful
you, Eric.
saying that, but yeah, he's been strong and been fighting.
My stomach looks really cool. It looks like Freddy Krueger got me with a knife, and then somebody shot me with the 9mm 3 times.
5. There's 5 in.
Is there 5 holes?
Yeah, they had to make 5. They usually only make 3, but he said they had to make 5.
No, where's the other 2 at?
I don't know.
I haven't looked at it because it just disgusts me.
They
But
made 5.
okay, then I've been shot 5 times, and they covered him with super glue.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, and his tube is stitched in. We didn't realize that, but they showed us last night. There's a little stitch holding that tube in. So
I hate my life.
Up.
All right, Howard Weingarten.
All right, Howard Weingarten. Hey, so does the Hulk have green blood?
Yes.
Apparently. Hey, sorry to hear about you in the hospital. Glad you're better.
Thank you, Howard.
Thank you, Howard. Appreciate it. Paul Loffer, we will be praying for you, brother.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.
That tube really screwed up my voice, and it's really raspy, and I had it in for 3 days, and, you know, it's got a sweet spot it would sit in, but when I would lay down in bed and roll over and it would move, it's like the worst piece of popcorn in your freaking throat you could ever have, and it's literally
having these, like,
gagging, violent
gags.
Yeah. I'm so tired of that thing. My God.
So horrifying.
And it didn't work. Hopefully this does happen again, knock on wood. That they don't go 3 days with that fucking thing and think that's going to fix it.
Well, no. Remember, we misunderstood. It was never supposed to fix it.
Okay. Let's
we
move on.
misunderstood. We both thought that, but
I was tired.
It was just supposed to get rid of fluids so they could do the surgery.
Oh, okay. You got rid of them.
Howard so Eric is at 660 was that one bench, the 300
No, 300 kilos, 660. Yeah. That's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight. Howard Weingarten. Also, I watched your old video with you and the kid from Alaska, Cody Polar, I assume, and remembered to squeeze the bar and break the bar, and max effort day went real well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's a simple cue, but when you're down at the bottom and you have it slightly, visually bent like this, and then you push apart like this way. You don't push straight up because you're gonna drift back. But if you can get it off your chest and be pushing the bar apart, up or back through the bench, and those are cues that you need to be told because you can't remember all that when you got maximal weight in your hand. But if somebody can give you those verbal cues in training and you can hear them, then you'll do them without having to think. I swear by those verbal cues. Jose's been doing it for me about my feet, upper back, legs. As I'm coming down with the weight, he'll say legs, and I'm like, sure enough, he can tell my quads aren't engaged. So, yeah, try to help each other better ourselves in the gym.
Right.
Eric,
Sure.
is that?
Larry is apparently back on gear. Hope he decides to compete again.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Strongman, ultimate fighting,
I'd like to see him get back into
powerlifting.
powerlifting.
Boxing. I don't know what he's
I
doing.
don't know that he ever boxed, did he?
That's never
I mean,
too
he was
late
doing
for
a
him.
bunch of different things, I know.
Terry Conjugate Iron.
Terry Conjugate Iron. Hey guys, I was 15 minutes late. What's going on? Ryan, how's your health, brother? I am at work, so I'll stick around for another 40 minutes or so. It's 5:20 a.m. here. LOL.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for joining us. So if you were 15 minutes late, I don't know.
He missed all the stuff
how
in the
long
beginning.
we talked about it, but we updated Ryan. After last week's show, Ryan started having stomach pain, and you can go back and watch the beginning of it, but we ended up having to take him to the hospital, and long story short, he had a bowel obstruction. They had to go in on Saturday.
Small
and
intestine obstruction.
fix some stuff. No, it was a bowel obstruction.
I don't like that word bowel.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Anyhow, and so they had to go in and fix that, and while they were in there, they attached a tube to his blood clot. They drained it as much as they could, and then they left a tube in there to let it continue draining. So he's got a tube attached to it in the inside that goes up to the outside to a bag that's collecting the blood, fluid, whatever else.
Pink blood
in there.
Yeah.
Started off pretty red, and then as the week goes on, it turns pink, and
now yellow.
And now yellow.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's all you missed. But if you go back when you have a chance, we give a little bit more detail if you want to hear it. But that's really the gist. And he's doing a lot better. He was in a ton of pain and discomfort. It was not good. It was
You know that pain level 0 to 10. I was at 8 or 9.
Oh, at least.
Oh fuck! I'm a tough person, but man, I couldn't take it. I finally said, "Hey, let's go to the hospital."
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I made you.
I said, "Let's go."
No, you didn't.
Thursday night, I did say, "Let's go."
No.
Okay,
After
whatever.
I remember, I said, "Get your clothes on. We're going."
Okay, you're right.
I mean, you finally agreed to it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't take it no more.
But no, you never said, "Okay, let's go." I had to say, "Get your clothes on. We're going."
I know. Well, I tried to fucking rough it out.
Yeah, and I tried to get you to not.
I couldn't do it.
Because I knew it wasn't gonna. There's a point where you can see when something's going wrong that it's not. Something is wrong, and it's not gonna magically
get better.
Fix. Yeah, some tummy problems, a little bit.
And I was like moaning, like in pain.
Yeah, you were moaning, gagging, violently vomiting,
It's bad.
It was real bad.
Yeah. All right, let's check out Howard here. His next post.
Howard. Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me to get my feet out and in front more and push towards my handoff guy. It's feeling great.
Yep.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
That'll keep your butt down too. Just make sure it's slightly down and away. Don't go all the way down because then your hips will go up.
Very cool.
Jose is looking yoked. What does he weigh right now? 255.
So he is.
Yep. Yeah, he's short and thick, and he's been working on his arch. He's a deadlifter and squatter, but I held that board for him on max effort night, and he's got that upper back arch, lower back arch. And when I put that board down there and that weight comes out, he's moving that bar like that far. And I told Jose, I said, you get up, put on another 20 pounds and get a CPAP. I'm telling you, he could be 600 and some change. So we'll have to see what Jose is going to do. But he's looking very strong. He's training smart. And he shows up all the time, and he doesn't miss workouts, and that's what you get when you do it right. Howard says don't miss workouts. That's correct. Yeah, you don't want to miss workouts.
And then he said that bar that I thought it was called a camber bar. He said 14-inch.
14-inch camber bar. Didn't ever know that.
Yes, that I've told you. You've
I
asked
know.
that before.
I never used that bar.
It was a camber bar.
Eric, is that?
Need to be dedicated and disciplined to keep making progress. Depends on how much you want it. Doing everything half-ass will only bring half-ass results.
Eric talks just like I do.
Yeah. And Howard says, yep, ordinary people get ordinary results, per Louis.
That's right. That's why we don't allow ordinary people on our crew, because they're too much work. They're green, and we don't have time to, work with somebody like that. And 9 times out of 10, they come in and they're like, oh, I can't work out on this day. I can't, but I can be here every other week. I'm like, dude, no, you're unreliable. This isn't for you. You got to be here for 2 workouts. You need to be on time, no excuses, and yada, yada, yada.
Kyle says, didn't Kennelly bench 675 raw?
680. In the gym, touch and go. Just messing around.
You're like 650 in competition, though.
650 in competition. That 680, because the clips were, it was 675. The metal clips made it 680. And right before that, I had taken that same weight to a half board. And Paul we put a half board out on me, and I came down and put it up. And I go, Paul, I think I can try that full range. And then I did it. I'm in that blue Inzer sweatshirt that I cut off and turned inside out. That's what I lifted it in. Dre Conjugate.
Oh, man. That's terrible what happened, man. I hope you're done with this shit for good this time.
Me too.
We need Kennelly around, so make sure you get better, brother. You're an inspiration to me.
Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that.
It's very nice of you. We hope he's done too, but they did warn us that it could, because it's like his body, creates scar tissue like crazy, and it could form again, and it could happen again in 6 months. It could happen
and when
in
it
years.
does, get my ass into the hospital, they said.
Yeah, this time we don't wait.
Don't wait around.
He feels that pain in his stomach to get in immediately. Yeah.
The next time I puke, we get in the car and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who's up next? Voided 99.
I'm just a normie that stumbled across this life. Lady on the right is jacked.
That must
Is that
be you.
me?
That's you.
Thank you.
I'm not jacked.
Thank you. Well, everybody knows you. You're
I'm
wearing a
half the
sweatshirt.
man I used to be.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Live? Not sure at that part.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you for the jacked comment.
The show is live.
Yeah, maybe that might be. But
well, I appreciate everybody kind of showing up and listening to what happened to me. I appreciate that. Lots of prayers that went out to me. I appreciate that. And hopefully, we can make some forward progress now. And God, it crossed my mind just now that 1 week ago when we got off the show, all the bad things happened. I hope when we go upstairs, good things happen tonight.
right?
Fuck.
Just good things. No deja vu.
This has been a bad year. Look back on this one and say goodbye is going to be the best thing. Yeah, this year can go.
For real.
Yeah, I want to see it go.
Not been a good year. Not at all.
Yeah, but we'll bad year. But shit, it's the way it goes. So here's my email, ladies and gentlemen. It's benchmonster@gmail.com. If you're in the gym, you have your cell phone on you, and you're videoing your workouts, please send one of them to me.
And also, like, if we need help finding videos for the show, just in general. So, like, send your videos, and, like, if, when you're on social media and you're seeing some cool shit that impresses you,
forward it to me.
Send it his way. He would love that. That would help out a lot.
Makes my job easier.
Makes his job easier. Gets us more videos.
I know you guys are on social media a lot, and you see videos, and you're like, man, that's impressive. Yep. Think of me when you see that, and forward that to my messenger or whatever, and I'll put it on the show, and I'll use the whatever is written about it. I'll copy that word for word, and we'll get it on the show.
Because he's not going to have quite as much time to spend on the show and searching for videos.
It's been hard to find videos.
But we really want to try to continue having it if we can. So that would be one way to make sure we're able to continue. Is if you guys, when you see anything that impresses you, feel free to send it your way.
Okay,
or our way.
Terry Conjugate Iron just came in with one, so read that and we'll get out of here.
Kyle, I dealt with... Sorry.
Terry,
we're way up here. Okay, sorry. I'm going to dedicate you my performance at the World IPL Championships on November 3rd. I'm not in my best shape, but I'll give it all. I promise you, brother.
Thank you, Terry. That means a lot to me, man.
Very sweet. Very cool.
Thank you, Terry.
Very nice.
That puts a lot of wind in my sails.
That's gonna, yep.
That just got me excited and very happy. He said that.
Very cool.
What's Kyle got to say?
We can't wait to hear how it goes. We'll be rooting for you.
Hell yeah.
Howard Weingarten, I can second that statement.
Yeah. Awesome.
Excellent. Awesome. Thank you, Howard and Terry. Kyle, I dealt with some kidney stones. I can relate to that struggle. I still benched 405 at 32 again as the first was 2021 despite the stones. Now I'm still 32 and have hit 460 raw. Self lift off.
Damn, Kyle. You're a beast.
Yeah, in the ER last night, there was a guy that had kidney stones.
That's right.
And I didn't know that at first. I was very curious what was going on with him, and he finally said, because he felt bad, he was like moaning, like he was in so much pain. And he finally apologized to everybody in the waiting room, like for being so loud, and kind of explained, I have kidney stones and I'm in
he was not in good shape.
Pain. Like, I actually think, and I'm not sure, but when I was showing up to gymnastics today, I'm pretty sure that guy was walking out of my gymnastics today.
Small world.
I think he's one of the dads of my kid, but I don't know. Like, I'm not sure because I tried not to stare at it. I didn't look very close because I was trying really hard not to stare. Because I know he felt bad. He did. He was talking about he wished they could put him in a separate room because, like, when you're in like that kind of, there's people that like exaggerate and dramatize like things.
He wasn't exaggerating.
And then there's like genuine pain where like
it's bad.
You're like you cannot help like those kinds of reactions, and that's where he was at, like, and he genuinely felt bad, and
I feel sorry for him.
So I like gave me a whole new, like, I didn't know much about kidney stones, and I still don't, but I didn't like have a better understanding of how terrible and brutal they can be. Like,
and they probably did an ultrasound or something to destroy it or something so you could pass them.
Yeah. Oh, like it just.
So
I mean, he was just moaning and like
couldn't sit still. I felt sorry for him.
Bad, I know.
I wish I could have took him back and did something. I mean, they were taking back people that didn't have anything that was that bad.
Yeah.
Kind of pissed me off.
I'm like, why? I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know how the pecking order works, but he should have went in based off of his symptom. Jesus.
You would think.
Kyle, I just started posting my benches. Most I've recorded is 200 kilo touch and go raw. Well, send that video to me, Kyle. Put it on the show next week.
Oh, I can second that. Yeah, definitely. That's badass. We would like to, for sure. We'll show it off here. We like to celebrate. That kind of stuff with you guys. Those awesome achievements.
So, guys, continue lifting. Be strong. What's Terry saying here? I'm trying to get us out of here.
We'll send you a bench clip next week. We'll try a rep PR with 308 or 330, depending on
Let's do it, Terry.
Sounds great. Love to see it. Kick some ass. Kyle, thanks. 100%. I'm going after 500 pounds.
There you go.
500 pounds full power style. And yeah, kidney stones were the worst pain ever, man.
Fuck.
I saw that last night. Honestly, I've never seen somebody like in the middle of having them, or like whatever you say that. But gave me a whole new perspective.
And Howard made a point here. This is exactly what I heard when you have kidney stones.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's like giving birth.
That's what it sounds like.
And it's no fucking joke. It's fucking bad.
There's a Friends episode where Joey's passing kidney stones. And it's at the same time that somebody else, I don't know if it's Rachel, somebody's having a baby. No, Phoebe is actually giving birth. Like, they're both in the hospital at the same time. Because he ends up having kidney stones while he's there visiting, while she's, whatever. And that's what they kind of compare it to. They kind of act like, they compare it to giving birth, basically. And
You're talking about a show that I've never seen a full episode of.
I know, but
never.
A lot. I mean,
a lot of people may know.
Somebody in here probably has. It was very popular.
I've never seen a full episode of Friends ever in my life.
Yeah, you won't give it a chance.
Except for the one that Tank Abbott's in. That's my favorite.
Terry Conjugate Iron, great to see you on here, guys. Stay strong, both of you. All of the best.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, buddy.
Appreciate it. Have a great night, Terry. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, Howard. And I was kind of thinking, like, when we were listening to him last night, that was similar. That was sort of like kind of what it sounded like, you know. But Eric, Izette, Rotator cuff tears are so painful. When I tore mine, I wanted to put a gun to my head. Yeah, none of that stuff is...
When I tore my pec, 6 centimeter tear through the majors and 2 centimeters through the minor, the next day or two, the pain was so excruciating. I thought about the same thing because, you know, you just couldn't, it was trying to lock up. And I just remember that pain of a pain scale of 10. And it just, oh my God. I've never torn a rotator cuff, knock on wood, but that pec tear, when I tried to reach up and grab the pillow in the middle of the night, it was like somebody had a razor sharp Michael Myers knife in there, just cutting it and turning it and then putting rock salt in it and all 9 yards.
Ugh, no fun.
Yeah. Hey, let's get out of here. You guys have a great weekend, and hope you can join us again next week.
Yep.
Eric, we hope to see you back. You're a new name. It's good to have.
It's been fun seeing.
Voided 99.
Yeah.
Kyle, you know, we got some new people here, kind of, and I appreciate that. You guys stopping by.
I think we've seen Eric.
Well, I'm just saying it.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Nice. We'd love to have you
Yeah.
back. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us this evening and joining us in the first place and hanging in there with us. And
I hope I'm in better shape next week. I'll get this tube out tomorrow, hopefully, and I'll be in a better place. So.
Have a voice again, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'll have my voice back. You stick a tube in there and you irritate the voice box. Wow.
Have a good night, everyone. You too, Eric. Thank you.
Shout out from Washington State, 253. Must be the area code. That must be over by Seattle.
Okay. Yeah, that's where we're from,
We're
too.
509.
We're 509, though. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate you, too. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks for joining us, Kyle.
We appreciate you guys spending
Send me
your
a
Thursday
video
evening with us.
so I can get on the show next week.
For sure. Send us some videos.
We'll hype it up and get excited about it because that's what we do.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We got to take off and
definitely.
Actually hope for a better evening than last week.
Hoping that after we shut down the show, things go better this evening. Like
I don't want I don't want jinxed here. I want to go up and just have a normal night. So appreciate everybody showing up. Ashley, take us out of here.
All right, you guys. As always, we very much appreciate you spending your Thursday evening with us. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.
And a great weekend.
Enjoy your Friday tomorrow. We made it. It's Friday. And then have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a great start to your week next week. And we look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Love you.